everybody, welcome to Queer Games Heck Yeah. I'm Luke Miller, I'm a game dev. I work on my own little games like The Beat, which is about a closeted detective investigating a murder in the gay community. And I'm helping out with the Queer Games Festival this year. I'm taking screenshots of games. As part of that, since I'm playing through the games, I thought I'd stream it just to get some experience streaming, but also to like put a spotlight on these games a little bit. Like I feel like every little bit helps. So that's why we're here, to give you a little flavor of these games, maybe entice you to play them, or just at the very least, enjoy them, so that maybe you don't know much about them. Speaking of not knowing much about them, I don't know much about the games themselves. I like to come in like not knowing anything about it. So if you don't like surprise content, look away. But other than that, I think we're good to go. Today's game is very mysterious, I think. Guacuco. Cuco? Uh, but yeah, I'm already liking it. E to start. Trigger warnings. Text depictions of homophobia, transphobia, and racism. Right, well, that's a bit loud in my ears. I'm just going to turn that down a smidgen. Right. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know what the volume's like for you guys. You can always send me feedback, obviously. I may not listen to it, but you can always send it. Alright, let's keep moving. We're playing this in the browser, so who knows what's going to happen. I've lost the mouse. Mouse is gone. There it is. Let's click you. Alright, let's try that. I think that'll look a bit better. Just waiting for the stream to catch up. Alright, yep. Okay, full screen. I think that's working. My grandmother had a huge vase filled with seashells. After her passing, we took them to the beach and returned them to their home. Once we were done, a single waterlogged bill floated towards us. We joked that it was the sea itself thanking us. It's one of the few nice memories I have. Most of my dreams about Venezuela are nightmares. I'm back with the people that hurt me, and I relive my trauma over and over. I can never leave. This has to change. I can't stay like this forever. Right, well, I mean, we're off to a pretty dark start, I think. But they did warn us, so we can't complain. I think we played another game earlier in Queer Games Heck Yeah, called Talking to My Dad. I think it may have been from like South America. Because this mentions Venezuela, I'm kind of like, oh, maybe it's also South America. Which is a continent that is Australia and South America, I think, like, other than being joined like 130 million years ago, there doesn't seem to be much traffic between the two continents, really. I need to find the seashells. WASD to move around. Wait, does the controller work? No. Oh well. It was a pleasant dream. Okay. Ooh. Oops. Okay, I'm also using the keys to move around. What have we got? It's beautiful. It's a Unity shader, isn't it? The tree wobble. Alright, well, we're here for screenshots. My computer could crash at any moment because I can hear it heating up. So if OBS drops out, it's not you, it's me. Ooh. Click to pick up. Alright. Oh. Push E to remember. Shut up. Stop making a ruckus. You sound like monkeys. We're not in the jungle. It's normal Spaniards never bothered to learn about the places they bled dry. Most wouldn't know where Venezuela was on a map, let alone differentiate our accents. We weren't yelling, of course, but our accent was too loud for the Spaniards. The bus driver was decent enough to stop the bus and chide the old man. He mercifully stayed quiet, but the damage was done. I remember being so angry. I really wanted to say something, but my friends held me back. They'd been here longer. I stayed quiet. It was safer this way. I'd been living in Spain for less than 3 months. It's gotten worse ever since. Right, so you're in Spain. I get it. Hecking Sudakas, man. I keep seeing more and more of them around. They're stealing our jobs, haha. My co-workers only apologise after they realise I was at the table with them. It's the stupid mock accent they use whenever I talk to them. I don't think they even realised what they were doing. I stayed quiet though, it was safer this way. Oh, see, you got financial aid because you're Venezuelan. My friend hasn't gotten any. If you're Venezuelan, you get special treatment. I'd been complaining the government only gave me a single €60 payment to last me through the school year. I was skipping meals and relying on the school's charity to have enough materials to do work at home. I mostly got looks of pity in return. It's the racism masters concerned with their imaginary jobs. It's the white saviorism and their morbid curiosity every time they ask me if I suffered and starved in Venezuela. It's so much. But I keep quiet, and I keep losing parts of myself to please them. Click to throw shell. We can do that. Are we throwing it at something? Or just in the water? Alright, we'll throw it at that. Oh, there was the water. Good. Can we pick the shell back up? I feel like... Oh, they're like little memory shells, and they tell a little story. Okay, I'm kind of with it. I'm getting it. Click to pick up. Oh, and it's that little hand picking up a shell. Okay, I'm with you now. There's another game that just came out recently that I played. Not part of Queer Games, heck yeah. But I think it is in the festival, so we actually will be coming across it soon enough. Queer man peering into a rock pool. Although, surely everybody calls it queer man peeing into a rock pool. That is a similar vibe, I think. You sort of got this sort of semi-tropical place that doesn't exist anywhere, but is sort of a memoryscape. Let's... I don't want to, I'm not about putting two games in a cage and only letting one come out at the end, but maybe we should do that with these two games. 2 games in, 1 game out, 2 games in. You look hideous. I can't believe you're doing this to me. My mother was on the verge of tears over the sight of me wearing my male cousin's clothes. She looked at me like I'd stabbed her. I was no longer her doll. Yes. You're a freak. Why can't you take care of yourself? I was barely 14. I felt small. She felt justified. I stopped wearing makeup and shopping for frilly skirts and dresses. What was wrong with me? I was happy for a while. This is the closest I was to being comfortable in my body. A not girl. A boy, but not really. Something else entirely. Something better. I was no longer hyper-feminine, and that was the utmost betrayal for her. I can't let people see you like this. She wore me down, eventually, proudly. She was so happy that my friends taught me makeup. She brushed my perfect long hair. Her smile said, I told you so. You're happier now, see? You're a normal daughter now. I just smiled back. It took almost 10 years to work up the courage to be in the same room as someone else and say, I'm not a girl. I'm non-binary. I don't think I'll ever tell her. I mean, yeah. It's speaking for itself, isn't it? Amazing. I mean, I guess this is based on a true story or inspired by true events, and I'm really sorry you had to go through all that. Yes. And a little splash effect, nice water effect. I've never been able to really do water in my games. I mean, it's hard to say how much of this is just sort of off-the-shelf assets, but that doesn't really matter because it's sort of like, knowing which stuff to use is what game dev is, I think. I really want to find the next shell. The mouse is a little bit... I wouldn't mind a bit of smoothing on the camera. Oh. Can we jump? Ah, yes. Oh, but I don't know if we can get up there. I don't know if we can get up there. Oh, right. Let's keep going. Oh, there's a shell. Oh. Okay, that might not be... It's just a really amazing atmosphere in this game. I don't think a screenshot's going to do it justice, but we'll try. Push E to remember. Hey Dad, what do you think of gay people? I think they're all mentally ill. Guys have nowhere to stick it to, and girls don't have anything to stick in. I was too small to comprehend why, but I knew my father had said something bad. My mother would gleefully point out any trans femme person in a 10-meter radius. She'd use terrible names for them. She'd also scoot them away if they got too close. A girl from my karate class is bisexual. I feel she hugs us so she can touch us. It's so gross. My own friends would talk about queer women as if they were all sexual predators out to get them. It was constant droning. They never noticed that I retreated to another plane of existence. Everyone in my school was out looking for any sort of deviance, and they would tear it apart. Why'd you have to cut your hair so short? You wear so much black too. Maybe you should stop listening to rock music so much. You're under the devil's influence. I'd been enduring bullying for years, but the principal's comments were too much. It didn't matter that I'd been at the top of my class every year. It didn't matter that I stayed out of trouble. I was a punching bag. I helped the girls feel better about their femininity. Blah. The school staff didn't know what to make of me. Other classes gave me terrible nicknames and laughed behind my back, loud enough for me to hear. I never told anyone I was queer, but they knew. They were disgusted, and they made sure to let me know. Yeah. You know, sometimes when we can't change stuff, um, this is where I think art is really valuable because it's sort of, even though we can't change stuff, we can witness it, we can bear witness to it. You know, and you think of, you know, that school this person went to. I mean, you know, it could be all fictional, but like let's assume that it's based on real experiences. You know, that school, wherever it is, this game is now the written record of that entire school, really. The memories, they're done, they're back into the sea, back into the flow of time. And I think that's really valuable. You know, like it's sort of like holding a little pilot light going and hopefully for a better future. No more nightmares. The weight is off my shoulders now. I can finally move on and leave this dream behind, filled with happier things. I left one thing for you though. If you can't move on from a feeling or a memory, if the dreams weigh you down, here's a seashell. Take your time. When you're ready, speak your nightmare into the seashell and throw it into the sea. Screenshot that. Oh, look at that whale skeleton. I'm not supposed to be impressed by the giant skeletons, I suppose, but well, I mean, I've done plenty of talking into seashells and throwing them into the sea. I mean, you know, metaphorically. And do I have anything I want to share with you all today? Not really. I guess I've been lucky that way. Alright, what a cool little... And it looks like it got a bit of government funding. We love government funding here at Queer Games, heck yeah. Yes. Alright, well, I guess that was... Ooh. Art, writing and design. That's cool. Programming. Water shader. Ah, there you go. Fonts. Yes, Caro is a good font. Alright, that was Guacuco. Oh dear. I had it at the start, but I've lost it now. What are shorts? I'm not going to say sweet. That was actually really. It was sweet though. In a way, it was like I really had something to say. I've seen games try to say similar things, but in a lot, there wasn't a really wasted word in this. The idea of speaking it into the shells and throwing the shells in the water. was really beautiful. And sort of very vaporwave. I would love to compare this to queer men peering into a rock pool. And once again, they could be the same. They could be two parts of the same game, maybe. Um, yeah, I mean, just what an honor that that person shared their experience with us, and amazing that they could make something so beautiful and chill and kind of hopeful and peaceful out of something so dark. All right, well, a short game is a sweet game. Thank you for joining me here on Queer Games Heck Yeah. I'll be back with another game eventually. Other than that, talk to you soon.